It is Saturday morning, about 8 o'clock in the morning, a chilly 66 degrees. You're probably laughing if you're from the mainland, but we're going to head down bright and early to the Pearlridge Farmers Market. Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Woke up super early to head out to Pearlridge Shopping Center's Farmers Market. I pass by it often every Saturday, but never really went there. And today I wanted to just check it out. It was a perfect day to go today. It didn't rain. It was just a little cloudy and overcast, but perfect. It wasn't too hot. It's a smaller, much smaller farmers market than KCC or the Kaka'ako one. You do see a lot of the same vendors from Kaka'ako, a little sprinkling of them anyway, but there are different ones that I have not seen from the other ones, which made it a bit interesting, and that's the ones I went to try their food. So we'll start off with the seafood chowder. I really don't know what the name of the place is. It just had a big sign that said seared ahi, and it had a bunch of plates in the front of examples of what they had. They had chili, steak plates, they have shrimp plates. So I went there to try their seafood chowder. She said that there's shrimp, clams, and crab in there. And so I really wanted to try it out. It's a chilly day, so why not eat some soup? Super friendly service, and their plate lunches looked really delicious too, the steak and the seared ahi and stuff. So if you're hungrier and want an actual plate lunch, definitely check that place out. Like I said, I don't know the name of it. It doesn't have a name, or maybe I missed it and I'm blind, but this is what it looks like. I don't want to spill it, but I'll give you a close-up. Has some croutons in there. I'm one of those weird people. I don't like croutons in anything. I'll pick them out. So but if you like your croutons and crackers in your soup, it has it. I see a little shrimp here. I'm going to be taking a bite of it. Super warm and hearty. Wow. I didn't expect that. I had no expectations actually, but it's packed full of flavor. Delicious. Seafood flavor throughout. And then that bite, I got some clam. I see a bit of crab in here, but it looks like imitation crab, but that's okay because the broth and the cream, the actual soup base, is super delicious and full of seafood flavor. So if you're a seafood lover, definitely gonna like this chowder. And so far, every spoonful I'm getting clam or the crab or shrimp. So you're getting a lot of seafood in every bite. Very chunky, hearty, thick soup. Perfect for today. I see some celery in there and some potato. So this soup will definitely get you full if this is the only thing you can get. Definitely not a watered down soup or anything. So far, lots of baby shrimp in here. I'm loving it. It's good. I'm actually shocked. What a great start to this. And you know what's awesome and much better that makes everything go so well together and makes you happy about this seafood chowder? It is only $5, and it's a pretty decent amount, cup size of this chowder. And like I said, every mouthful I got, every spoonful, I got some kind of piece of seafood, and the broth and that heavy cream base. It tastes so delicious. So if you're a seafood lover, definitely try out their seafood chowder. Like I said, don't know what their name is, but this is what their little stall looks like. Black and white signs with seared ahi, kind of on the end of where you enter, towards the Moanalua Road side. Okay, up next, I went to Korean Taste. It's one of the stalls, and it's featuring Korean food. It really looked awesome. Fresh bibimbops, which is vegetables mixed with rice and the Korean meats. They had like a gochujang type chicken that was fried chicken, Korean fried chicken. They had kimchi for sale and different pickled vegetables. So I wanted to get something small because I want to try as much stalls as I could that I didn't see before in other farmers markets. So I got their chive pancakes. So you can pick 3. You can mix and match or get 3 of your favorites. I didn't ever come here before, so I wanted to taste all of them. So we'll try that out. So with your 3 fried Korean pancakes, you get your little sauce for dipping. I don't know what each one is besides the chive pancake, which I am familiar with, but we'll try each one. This one's the top one that she put on. We'll try it without the sauce. I can't tell, but I think this one has shrimp in it and something crunchy, like a crunchy vegetable, like onions. But I see little bits of white meat in there, so I'm thinking it's seafood. So it's probably a seafood pancake. It's pretty delicious on its own. Dip it in the sauce. The sauce is really good. It's vinegary and cuts through all the greasiness. So I'm seeing some what appears to be cabbage in here. So it also has veggies in here. I like the crunch of it. I'm a fan of cabbage. So it gives that nice pancake texture with the crunch of the cabbage inside, and the vinegar sauce makes it so good. Next is like a reddish pancake. Not sure what that is either, but we'll take a taste of that one. Here it is. Not sure what's in there either, but the redness is definitely chili pepper. It's not spicy, but I do taste a hint of gochujang. I like the flavor of that subtle hint of gochujang in there, which is the Korean chili paste, but not spicy at all. It's just that flavor, and it's like a garlic flavor in the background. Pretty yummy. Poured some of that vinegar sauce on there. The sauce definitely makes these pancakes. So the last pancake is their chive pancake, which is what I'm familiar with. Full of chives, and I see one little shrimp in the middle. So let's take a bite of this. That's nice. I'm getting some of the char from the pancake and the chive. And the chives are crispy inside, and I like the flavor of chives. I'm a fan of chives. Let's take a taste of the piece with the shrimp. So I thought all 3 pancakes were really good. My favorite would be the chive. I did really like the one with the gochujang in it, just because it has a background flavor of garlic and the pepper. I'm not sure what the first one is. I'll go look over it and maybe type over, because I did film the sign, but I'm not looking at it right now. So all 3 were delicious, and the price for a mix and match of 3 Korean pancakes is $5. So the only constructive criticism I would have is it was cold, because it's all pre-made. It's in a little container where she takes it, and you pick what you want, and she gets the tongs and puts it on your plate. So I know that's kind of junk, because they're super busy. Like, they're doing the fried chicken on the side, and they were kind of overwhelmed with all their orders. They're doing hot foods. But I think, with a Korean pancake, that crunch and that texture that you get, and it's not soggy when it's made right there, totally makes it totally different, a totally different experience when you're eating it fresh off the stovetop. So that would be something I'm just pointing out. If you're expecting something, this has kind of been sitting there and it's soggy, but the flavors are great. If you want to take it home and just refry it in a little bit of oil to get that crisp outside, then it would be great. The flavors and the seasoning I thought were delicious, and I love the sauce. So on to our next place. I'm getting thirsty. I went to a booth that features sugarcane juice. And he's a really nice man. He makes it fresh in front of you, and you can see him pressing the sugarcane. You can add some toppings to it for extra, and also some different juices like ginger juice or lime juice, etc. So I got lemon juice in mine. This is my sugarcane juice that was freshly pressed in front of me, and I added some toppings on the top, and I got the mango lilikoi. So we'll take a taste of that. Wow. If you've never had sugarcane juice before, it's very syrupy, but it's fresh, organic, sweet, and you know, no added sugars to it. That mango really stands out with the lilikoi. I'm really glad I got those toppings. It's really meshing well with the natural sugarcane juice, and it's just refreshing. Even though it's kind of a chilly day, with that hot soup and everything, it kind of made everything work out. Very refreshing. So if you ever want to try fresh sugarcane juice and it's not just plain, definitely check out this stall. Very nice man, works it himself. He's also got some baked goods there, and you definitely got to add some mango to it. He also has red hibiscus juice if you want to add that to your sugarcane. But the mango flavor is really coming out, and it's fresh mango right here on the top floating here. Really, really good match. So that drink was $7, I believe, if you just want plain sugarcane juice, but you can add the ginger and lime or lemon juice to it if you wish. For free, it's $6. I added some lemon juice to mine with the lilikoi mango topping, and that came out to $1 more, so I got it for $7. Next up is Maona musubi. They also do donboris, which are Japanese bowls with salmon and rice and all that. But I didn't want to get too overwhelmed because I just want a small sampling of tastes of different things. And they have these cute little musubis for sale. So it's $2.50 for each one. And they have an array of things. They even have beef curry musubis. So I went a little bit more traditional. I got my spam furikake, and I got my mayo shrimp. They also have spicy ahi and other things. I mean, I'm telling you, it's just full of different flavors, and it's kind of overwhelming because you don't know what to pick. But let's go with the traditional furikake spam musubi. Dig it out here. This is what it looks inside. Smell a lot of sesame oil though. Not really a fan. It kind of smells like a kimbap or like a, yeah, Korean type sushi. I don't taste the sesame oil, which is weird, but I definitely smell it. I don't know if they brush the outside of the nori with sesame oil, but it's okay. It's not overwhelming to me. It's pretty tasty, but it's not like your other spam musubis where they have a glaze on there of the teriyaki. There's no sauce in the middle, and it's pretty much just plain spam. It's not fried to a crisp or anything. Looks like it was just cut and put in. So if you're looking for a sauce or wanting that crisp fried edges of the spam, it's not in here. This is pretty much just a plain furikake, rice, and spam musubi. So it's good though. All right, this is the shrimp mayo, which is interesting. I see some, looks like long beans cut up in there and some onions and veggies with the sauce, but it smells really good. Interesting smell, but an appetizing smell. I don't know how to describe it to you. I don't know, it just smells like, weird, but it reminds me of the old shirokia when you go upstairs and they were cooking food and you could take little bites and samples of things. That's what it smells like to me. It reminds me of shirokia upstairs. I like the crunch of the long beans. They're one of my favorite veggies in Filipino dishes. The sauce that I got a little bite of the edge of the sauce. Didn't get into the shrimp yet, but is savory and delicious. It's not too mayo-y, but you can tell there's mayo in it, but there's something else in there that makes it taste good. Okay, let's dive in and really get a bite of the shrimp. That's really good. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a great flavor. That sauce, whatever that's soaking in the rice and the shrimp, it's not just mayo. It's called shrimp mayo, but I'm not sure what's mixed in it. Maybe a teriyaki or something, but it's really delicious. And the chopped onions in there really give it a different dimension and a nice crunch with the cowpeas or the long beans, whatever you want to call them. Really good combination. I've never had a musubi like this, and I only picked it because there was only a few of these left. So obviously these are popular, and I'm glad I did follow my instinct, because if I just were to read it and it wasn't all taken and I didn't know what to choose, I probably would have passed on this. But this is really good. I would highly recommend this one. Definitely over that regular Spam musubi. I should have been more adventurous and tried the beef curry one or something like that. But this shrimp mayo is delicious. And I got the regular shrimp mayo. There is also a spicy version. So for those who want spicy, you can get that too. That one wasn't as popular, as they had more of that than the regular shrimp mayo. So that's the reason why I picked the mild one. And like I said in the beginning, each musubi, even though they're kind of tiny, they're sliced kind of, you know, thin. They're not your typical round fat musubis. They are $2.50 each. Okay, we got 2 more items. I got a lot of items actually. And if you really want to try things and go all around the farmer's market and give everybody a fair shake and see what they're about, you know, like spending $2.50 here, $3, $5 for chowder. I like that they have cheaper and smaller items rather than a whole big plate lunch. Of course it adds up at the end of the day, and you're not going to buy as much as I did, because I'm just trying to show you different things from different vendors. My next place was a stall that offered Puerto Rican food, and I didn't want, like I said, a full plate, so I got their smaller item on their sides, which is their gandudi rice. Looks delicious. When I opened it up, the smell was very strong of their spices and everything, so it smells really good. I see pieces of meat in there and your olives chopped up finely. And plus I did have patele stew last week, so I didn't want too much stuff, but they do offer plate lunches with their gandudi rice, patele stew, and their regular pateles. So all Puerto Rican food. We're going to try this. Pretty good. I think it would be better if I had the patele next to it though, but definitely have the Puerto Rican flavors going on. I see a lot of chopped fine olives and the gandudi beans, which are the pigeon peas, in here. It's not too dry. It's pretty moist, but not mushy, because I don't like when people make gandudi rice and it's super mushy and overcooked. So perfect rice. Let's get a piece of meat in here. It's seasoned good. Has enough salt in it, because this isn't just like plain rice, it's seasoned rice. Got that nice achote red color from the seeds. Definitely good. So for the gandudi rice, if you just want a side of it, it is $4. I would definitely like some patele stew on that next time. Really delicious. And my last item, I'm really waiting for it. Actually, I think I'm going to pair it with my rice, since rice is just a side. It is from Luau bombs. I think that's what it's called. So terrible, because I was filming on the same camera, so I can't go and rewind while I'm talking, but I believe it's called Luau bombs. And he sells all these little bombs. So it's pretty much little laulaus, but they're not just laulaus. He does Samoan food too. And I got his palusami bomb. And palusami is almost like a laulau, but it's like a Samoan laulau. Inside has corned beef. But you can get the regular pork laulau. And I believe he has other items. I'll show it to you. I filmed what he had to offer. He has samples out there. Not to taste, but just to look at, so you know what you're buying. So he puts it in this bag, which is great because it does leak. And he cooks it in the foil. And it smells delicious, I'm telling you. Let's unwrap this. Wow, look at that. All that coconut milk on there and the kalo leaves. So that is his luau bomb. So I'm gonna cut into it and let's take a look inside. Oh, look at all that corned beef. Delicious. Here we go. And I guess I can eat the gandudi rice on the side with it. It's a good idea. Nice and salty, savory corned beef with that creamy coconut milk and some chopped onions in there. Very rich but delicious. When he gave it to me, it was super piping hot, but the coconut milk kind of got, you know, hardened up because it got cold as I walked around. He was actually one of my first stalls I went to, so it isn't because he gives it to you cold. It was hot. It's just that I was filming and walking around a lot, so that's why it's a little bit not as warm, but very delicious. And the gandudi rice is actually going really well with this. Weird match, two different cultures, but tastes good. And their stalls are both near each other, so you can get a scoop of your gandudi rice and your luau bomb. All right, for that beautiful, delicious corned beef luau bomb, or AKA palusami, it was $6. All of their flavors are $6, and he has other items for sale as well, so definitely check them out. So yeah, if you're looking to go to something different, a different farmer's market, weird thing is, I always have asides. Farmers markets, if you're not from Hawaii, you're going to wonder, I'm here for veggies. Yes, they have two different stalls with veggies, but here a farmers market has evolved into just mainly food stalls of very small businesses, mom and pop or just single man businesses just trying to sell and get their products out there. So definitely give them a chance. If you're hungry, wake up early, go to a farmers market near you and check it out. Definitely check out the Pearlridge one if you haven't tried. It's in the Pearlridge Shopping Center, which is unique because they're letting them use their parking lot on Saturdays, and they get a portion of the parking lot upstairs, a little on the Macy side, but more towards where there's a Kaiser clinic and some dentists and stuff, right in the middle of where you would enter to get the, what do you call it, the monorail to enter there. It's a whole section for them only to make their stalls every Saturday. I believe it's 8 to 12 p.m. Might be wrong, but I do know it starts definitely at 8 a.m. I went early, like I said, right around 8, and it had enough parking. I was surprised. Definitely better than KCC or Kaka'ako, where you're constantly fighting for parking. So there was a lot of parking if you go early. I didn't feel stressed, and it wasn't too crowded. There was a good amount of people, but you could definitely get your food and not stand in a too long of a line, not like the other big ones. So if you're looking to check out different types of food, but you don't like the crowds and you don't want to fight for parking, definitely check this one out. All right, so that wraps it up, and I hope you enjoyed that little tour of some of the food items you can get at the Pearlridge Farmers Market. If you like this, press the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again next time for another food adventure. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.